What's up, guys? It's Susie Bullock from HeyGrillHey.com, and today we are talking tailgating. I have got 4 absolutely phenomenal recipes for you to take to your next cookout, tailgate, family gathering. I'm teaching you how to make my famous candied bacon, cheddar jalapeno bacon wrap meatballs, smoked chicken wings with the crispiest skin ever. You have to learn my tricks. And to finish it off, a smoked salmon dip that will blow people's minds. Let's do it. I have to throw in one of my favorite recipes for our ultimate tailgating roundup. This one might not be traditional tailgating food, but I promise you once you try it, it will become a staple at every event that you throw ever. This is my recipe for candied bacon. It's incredibly simple, but over the top delicious. We start with 1 pound of bacon, and I lay that out on a cooling rack that has been set onto a baking sheet lined with foil. This is gonna catch all the fat that drips off the bacon and allow everything else to kind of caramelize around the outside. Brush each piece of bacon with some maple syrup. This will make it nice and tacky and also add the sweetness that we need. And then sprinkle on brown sugar. And I mean, get it on there. This is candied bacon and we want it to be sweet. On top of that, I sprinkle with my signature sweet rub that you can find in my store, or I have the recipe available on my website. So check that one out and sprinkle as liberally as you like. This has a little bit of cayenne in it. It has a couple other amazing barbecue flavored ingredients to really bring some heat to go along with our sweet. These are going out on our smoker at 275 degrees. Any wood that you're using is fantastic with this, except maybe mesquite. It can be a little bit strong. And let that cook until the fat has nicely rendered. If you want both sides to be caramelized, I flip after about 20 minutes and then again repeat with a quick brush of maple syrup, another sprinkle of brown sugar, and a sprinkle of that sweet rub right on top. Get it back out there and cook until it's as done as you like. If you like a little bit chewier bacon, make sure to pull it off before all of that fat is rendered and it's super crispy. But if you like something that's crunchy with a little bit of that sugary chew on the outside, you can let it go a little bit longer. In my opinion, you can't tailgate without finger food, and the ultimate finger food are smoked meatballs, but not just any smoked meatballs. I'm gonna show you guys how to make my jalapeno cheddar bacon wrapped smoked meatballs. Let's do it. We start with 1 pound of ground beef. I like an 80-20 grind so you get a high enough fat content that they stay really moist and really juicy. Add in 3/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs, 2 eggs. You can just lightly beat those before you mix them in. 3 cloves of garlic, and lightly combine that before adding 8 ounces of sharp shredded cheddar cheese and 2 jalapenos that have been diced. If you want to bring down the heat level, make sure to scrape out those seeds before you finally dice them. If you like it spicy, leave the seeds in. Add that to your mixture, and then I recommend using a teaspoon of your favorite seasoning. I like to use my beef seasoning. If you don't have a favorite seasoning, sub for equal parts salt and pepper. And then gently mix that together. If you overwork your meatballs, they'll be tough. So just lightly toss until they're all combined and ready to go. Form these into meatballs. You can honestly go as big as you like. I like to keep them a little bit smaller than the size of my palm so that they're easy to grab and eat in a couple of bites. Wrap each meatball in about 1/4 of a piece of bacon and secure tightly with a toothpick. Put these on the smoker at 275 degrees. They're gonna take about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. And if you like your bacon crispy, you can crank the temperature on your smoker for the last like 5 degrees, or get them right over some direct heat, even under your broiler. Just a couple of minutes, it'll really crisp up that bacon on the exterior. And then for the last minute, just brush them with your favorite barbecue sauce. It'll tighten right on the outside of those meatballs and they'll be finger licking good. Now, you can't tailgate or watch any sports event unless you have chicken wings. I'm pretty sure it's an unwritten rule somewhere. And if you're gonna be eating chicken wings, you wanna be eating the best chicken wings. So I'm gonna teach you how to make smoked chicken wings with fantastically crispy skin that don't require any frying. So let's do it. We start with 6 pounds of chicken wings My wings come whole, so I like to break them down into 3 different sections, flip them over, cut through each joint from the back just using a sharp knife. That way you have your drumettes, your flats, and then your wing tips. If you like to keep your wing tips, I guess you can cook those. There's not much meat on them, but they get real crispy. I generally just save those for chicken stock. You need your chicken wings to be incredibly dry to make them incredibly crispy. So pat them all down really, really well with a paper towel. Get off any excess surface moisture that you can, and then put them into a gallon zip top bag. To that, we're gonna add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Not baking soda, it won't work with baking soda. Baking powder and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Give them a nice toss so that they're evenly coated. Pull them out of the bag, and you can either take them directly out to your smoker, or you can set them on an elevated rack over a baking sheet lined with foil. You just want to make sure that your wings are not going to be sitting in a pool of this fat as it starts to render out of the chicken wings. They won't be crispy that way. You need to make sure you have airflow all the way around. I have my smoker running at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicken is incredibly versatile. You can use whatever wood flavor you like the best. Today I'm using a combination of apple and hickory because I think it gives a nice sweetness, but also a really strong smoke flavor from the hickory. We're gonna let those go at a lower temperature for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to increase the heat as high as your grill can go. I'm using a pellet smoker, so I can push my temperatures up to about 400 degrees. If your smoker can't go that high, at this point you can transition them into your oven. Just make sure it's preheated to that higher temperature. And again, have them on a rack above a baking sheet to catch any of the drippings. It's gonna take another 30 to 45 minutes at this higher temperature. Keep an eye on your wings with an internal thermometer. You can actually take your wings up above the FDA recommended 165 to 170, 175. This will give you that pull off the bone, beautifully rendered chicken wing with incredibly crispy skin. I love buffalo sauce on my chicken wings, so if you're gonna sauce them, just heat up in a medium saucepan a cup of buffalo sauce. I like Frank's, it's my favorite, it's the one we go to all the time, and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And don't bring it to a boil, just bring it up in temperature until the butter melts. Make sure it combines really well, and then toss your wings straight out of the smoker when they're nice and crispy, and they will be the most delicious wings ever. The best smoked salmon dip starts with the best smoked salmon. I'm actually only using 4 ounces for the actual salmon dip, but we're cooking a whole fillet because my family digs it and we're gonna eat it for dinner tonight. So, season liberally with lemon pepper. I put that out on my smoker at 275 degrees. It's warm enough to be a hot smoked salmon, but it'll be on there for long enough that the smoke can really influence it. I like a milder smoke with salmon, so this is gonna be run on pecan. Maple is also a really great option. It should take about 45 minutes to an hour to cook all the way through. You're looking for an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the perfect doneness for salmon, and it'll be beautiful and flaky all the way throughout. Our beautiful salmon is done. It's off the smoker, and we're gonna let it cool down completely. In the meantime, we're gonna mix up the creamy elements of our dip. So we start with 8 ounces of room temperature softened cream cheese, a 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt. You can sub sour cream if you'd like. A tablespoon of lemon juice, a tablespoon of dill. Fresh is fantastic if you can find it. If it's not in season, you can use dried. 1 clove of garlic, a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika, a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Mix that all together really, really well so you don't have any clumps of the cream cheese, and then gently flake and fold in your cooled salmon. You don't want to break it up too much. You want to see those beautiful pieces of salmon in the dip itself. Now, you can sprinkle that with some fresh lemon zest. You can sprinkle a little more dill on top to make it nice and pretty, and serve that with your favorite crackers, chips. Slices of bread are absolutely delicious. We even like to serve ours with bell peppers. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found some recipes and inspiration that you can use in your own home to feed your families and friends, because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. And for me, I'm gonna feed my face first, then I'll let everybody else try it. But I don't know what to go with. I think it's gotta be this salmon dip. It seriously smells amazing. If you guys give any of these recipes a try, leave a comment, let me know, or take a picture and share it on social media. Use the hashtag HeyGrillHey so that I can see it and share it with other people. I'm gonna eat now, so see you guys.